Good morning, everyone, and it's just gone 16 minutes past the hour of my usual time of going. I've been having internet issues today, just that now I was able to get online just now. Sorry about the delay. I believe I'm live. I hope you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me in the comments below. Looks like Alex is there and Vicky is there. Good morning, guys. I'm a little bit late coming in. Sorry about that. Sometimes we have internet issues, and I've changed my IP, but I'm not sure if that's going to hold on for very long. We'll see how it goes today. Good morning, Howard, Alex, Vicky, Vicky Solo Excellence. Okay, the sound is clear. Can't find OJ. It's all good except for the internet today. Oh my goodness. And of course, we're getting a big move down. And I really don't like to just jump in here with these candles. Just, I had it all figured out and then couldn't catch the opening session. Let me go in here and see what I've got. Okay. So this is the first candle, first 10-minute candle, and we got an opening down, and it looks like it's going to continue down. Just trying to get organized here, guys. I don't know if you have a trade open or not. A big gap down there. I'm going to use my trend line here just to catch this first candle. And now I'll play with this. Let's see what happens. I don't like to take a trade on that first candle. Sometimes that's a fake out, but let's see what happens. This is the trend line strategy, as you know. I'm watching for it to break below the trend line. This line I drew here in the sand, this is 4,600. That's the psychological resistance zone now, 4,600. You see it stayed there all during the close of the U.S. session last night. It broke up a little bit with Tokyo. Tokyo opened, pushed it up a little bit, but then it came right back down below that. So let's go back and look at, oh, we're waiting for this second candle here. We got just another 1 minute on that candle. We'll go back and look at yesterday and the day before, and let's see what we had there. This is Monday, Tuesday. Let me clear out the price right there. Okay, Monday, Tuesday. So the start of the week, we had a little bit of a push up during the Asian session, and then it came back down during the London session, and New York pushed it down, then kind of sideways. And this is yesterday here, and I took a short trade here, where you see that yellow arrow. That was at 40 minutes after the hour, after Singapore and Shanghai opened. And I had to get out here because I had some friends come and visit me, and I don't like to keep a trade open if I'm occupied and can't watch the charts. But if you manage to hold on to that trade for the entire day, right up until the beginning of the New York session, that's a $150 move, 1,500 pips roughly. If you're trading one lot, that's $15,000. That was a tremendous move, very, very bearish move all day yesterday. In the Asian session, the London session, the beginning of the New York session, came up a little bit before the New York Wall Street opened, and then continued down. Then we got a move back up to our 4,600 zone, and it has stayed there. So that's what's happened the last couple of days. Now let's move over here to where we are now. Let's see what's happening right now. This is what we want to look at is what's happening right now. And usually it's about 30 or 40 minutes before I get a trade set up in the Asian market. Okay, Alex, today is let's see if my internet's going to hold there. Yeah, we're okay. Today is the Fed interest decision, the FOMC, and that is at after midnight, my time, 1 a.m. in Southeast Asia. That's in Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand. So we've got about another 12, 15 hours before that happens. And what's my opinion? Well, I just look at forexfactory.com and the forecast is that there will be no change in the interest rate and they will maintain the interest rate as it is. And that's kind of expected. Nobody raising it or lowering it. That's the forecast. And whether or not it will stay that way, well, we'll wait and see. But with higher interest rates, that puts pressure on gold, and it is expected that this year, with rising inflation, we might even see the central bank, Federal Reserve, will raise the interest rate, and that would be bad for gold. It's good for the U.S. dollar, but bad for gold. So that's the long-term outlook. The big picture is that expectation that will lower the interest. Let's see if we're going to get back to the Okay, I think I'm back. I think I'm back. Yes, Alex, I know my internet is not good today, and I apologize for that. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm trying to hang in there, restarting everything, and it's just sometimes it happens. At least I'm not in Iran where they don't even have internet. The government shut it down for. So let me know if you can hear me now, guys. Just give me a shout out in the comments. Am I back? We've got a lot of people watching now. You're hanging in there with me. If you're new to the channel, let me know where you're watching from. There's Howard. All good now. Can't find OJ. Thank you very much. Howard had a good move up from the Tokyo session. I hope you got out of that one because now it's falling back down. And what I'm looking for is a break below my trend line and a close below that, and I will go short. I missed the first candle here. This probably would have been a good one here to go short, but internet connection problems. I don't want to jump in, try and chase the candles. I'd like to be focused, relaxed, let the chart speak to me. There's no need to rush. I mean, you look at that move we had yesterday, this move yesterday, there was no need to rush. You can get in here in the Asia session, you can come back and get in the Tokyo close, or you can come in and get in the London session. The market always presents opportunities, so you don't have to chase candles. No need to chase candles. Or now we're trading at 45.81. Is anybody going short on gold right now? The daily chart and the 4-hour chart, they are all bearish on gold. No trading, Howard. Okay, well, okay, you just commented that there was a good Tokyo move, but you didn't take the trade. Okay. Yeah, I don't care too much for that Tokyo opening. Sometimes it does something, but most of the time it doesn't actually. And we saw that it did move up with the first 10-minute candle, and that was all she wrote. That was it. Now, guys, it's the end of the month. We have one more day in this month, and typically you will see a sell-off in gold at the end of the month. And we're already starting to see that with a $150 drop yesterday. Our next support level here is at around 45.30. And then, of course, below that is going to be the psychological number, 4,500. I'm going to open my MT5 and see if I can get that ready in case I need to take a trade. And my MT5 won't open. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's frustrating when you don't have the internet, eh? Very frustrating. We live and breathe and die with the internet, eh? Okay, I've got that one there. Over here, okay, now I'm all good. If I was to take a trade, let you guys know, I would need to put my stop loss around 46.07 above the trend line. This is what I would call the safety line. If this should continue down, I would put my stop loss there 4608. Looks like it wants to continue down. We're getting a little bit of indecision here in these three candles. Consolidation. Alex, 2 hours time frame, XAUD makes a descending triangle and breakdown with high volume. I predict, oh, you're making a prediction, are you? That the movement of all the way down, now my view is that it will be down 4,100 to make another support. Okay. In the upcoming weeks, that's a long-term outlook. All right. Yeah, if interest rates are going to hold and maybe possibly go higher, then that puts pressure on gold. There's no question about that. And we are bearish on the day chart, bearish on the 4 hour chart. I also expect, I don't predict, but I'm looking for lower prices in gold. Hello, Alpha. Good to see you here. Where are you watching from? Anybody that's new to the channel, let me know where you're watching from, guys. I forget where you're watching from. I know some of you have been here before. And I will just remind you, if you want to reach out to me, my Telegram ID is at RickRayFX. I have a Telegram chat group. If you want to be added to that group with other traders, just let me know. Reach out to me on at RickRayFX and tell me you want to be added to that group, and I will do that for you. And Alex says FOMO will happen every time. Yeah, fear of missing out, especially when Jerome Powell is speaking. Yeah, I don't like to watch it when he. I don't like to look at the news when he's speaking because you get what I call knee jerk reaction when Jerome Powell is speaking. You get knee jerk reaction. Alpha, okay, yeah, thanks, guys. I just, beat people coming in. Alex from New Delhi in India. Thank you guys for letting me know. I appreciate that. Some of you I've seen before. I just forget where people are from. What is live timing? Yeah, just send me a message in Telegram, Alpha. Who's crazy? Jerome Powell? He's just doing his job. But, when he speaks, people listen and they get all excited about what he's saying and they're trying to anticipate what the market's going to do. And then they start making, rash decisions. Usually after he finishes, then it will come back, the market will go back to what it was doing. So I don't like to trade the news. Oh, by the way, we had some news on the Australian economy. I forgot to mention that. Anybody from down under? Uh, oh, okay. The CPI on the Australian economy just came out 5 minutes ago, and it looks bad. Well, the inflation is up. Inflation is up, but they forecast very high. So the actual was less than forecast, but it's still, inflation is up in Australia. So that doesn't look good. In fact, let's go over here real quick and look at the odd US, see what happened. Whoa. That's the news that came out 7 minutes ago. The CPI data on the Australian economy. But just relax, I mean, it's a knee-jerk reaction, okay? And very, very dangerous to be trading this kind of news. You might, if you're scalping and you want to get a really quick in and out, then okay. But I prefer not to trade the news. And usually the New Zealand will follow very similar. Okay, look at that, opposite. So big reaction also in on the New Zealand US. But we're not trading the major pairs. We're trading gold. And now you see here, you see guys, I got my internet fixed over here in like this third candle, and I didn't want to jump in and go short, and now we're getting a bullish candle. So 30 minutes of indecision here. It's likely, I think it's likely to continue down, but my strategy says wait for the break and the close below the trend line before I go short. So that's what I do. It's a rules-based strategy. Yeah, that's what happens when news comes, Alex. That's right. I don't like to trade the news. Knee-jerk reaction, and just give it about an hour, and then it'll go right back to what it was doing. In fact, we're still not getting anything here on this one. Yesterday, they decided to hold the interest rate on the Japanese yen. So if we look at that one right quick, USD JPY, this was yesterday when they released the news on the interest rate in the Japanese yen. They decided to hold the interest rate on the Japanese yen, and so that was good for the Japanese yen. And then the US dollar went down, the UJ went down, but then like 2 hours later, it's right back to where it was. So you got to be careful. I'd just rather not trade the news. You get that. This is the thing you get. Let's go back to gold, see what we've got here. Okay. We have our pivot point, 600. Very strong psychological number. And we're likely to stay below that. I would guess, I would expect that we stay below that and go for lower prices today. I'm not trying to predict the market. I'm not, but I just kind of what you see happening is what you expect from experience. The end of the month, usually we see a sell-off in gold, and it's already bearish on the day chart and the 4-hour chart. What we got here now? Oh, 40 minutes past the hour and nothing happening yet. This is the candle where I took a short trade yesterday. 40 minutes past the opening of Singapore and Shanghai. 40 minutes past the hour. It's gone 8:40 a.m. Indochina. That's in Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand. This is the candle I took the short trade yesterday, and it crashed. It sank like a ship. And that was a fantastic trade yesterday. You see that trade over here yesterday. I took that trade right there. That was exactly 24 hours ago. Boom, it just dropped, sank like a ship, like a brick. That doesn't mean it will do that today. That's not how the markets work. You cannot say, well, it did this yesterday, so it will do the same thing today. No, that's not the way the markets work. The markets just move, and we let the price tell us what it's going to do. Now, just tell you again, guys, just to reinforce, I came in late here. Remember, I came in late because of the internet was giving me problems and it was going down like this. But I hesitated. I decided to wait, not get in a rush, not FOMO, not go short, just wait and let the price tell me what it's doing. Now it's going back up. I would have been in a big loss right now. If I jump in here and say, oh, look at that, wow, big red candle. That's a big ass red candle. And look at this, it's going down again. No, 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 no. Relax. Sit on your hands and wait patiently. Let your let your strategy, trust your strategy. My strategy is a close below the trend line, a break, and a close below the trend line. Then I go short. So nobody has a trade open yet. I presume nobody has a trade open yet. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to stay here a couple more minutes. And what I will be doing, I'll come back in the close of the Tokyo session, the opening of the London session, and we'll see how it looks. That's in about 4 hours from now. I'll start looking at the charts again, and that's sometimes you can get a good trade there in the close of the Tokyo and the opening of London. And we might see if this starts down, we see maybe see a continuation of lower prices. But it looks like it's hesitating right here. We're not. There's no clear direction. No clear direction, guys. Be cautious. Sit on your hands. Wait. Wait for the price to tell us what it's going to do. Oil. Oil went up to nearly $100 yesterday, but it's dropped back down now. Whoa. What's going on here? Okay, we had a big spike in oil. And exactly, this is when Singapore and Shanghai opened. Okay. So it got up almost to $100 during the Wall Street session last night, came back down. Then we had a big spike back up to 98. Now it's going sideways. So with the high prices of oil, that means continuing inflation around the world. Central banks are likely to raise their interest rates later this year, and that's bad for gold. So lower prices on gold in the upcoming future. That's my general outlook. And I think Alex agrees with me on that. June 25th, they increased CPI as they did just. Okay. Okay. Now it looks like we're going to be waiting till the top of the hour. That's another 14 minutes. This first hour is not doing anything hardly at all. Very little. In fact, we can look at the 1 hour chart. Let me reset that. Come over here. We'll look at the 1 hour chart. Okay. So it's just come down, touch that trend line, bounce back up. And usually at the top of the hour, you get a reversal. Not always, but usually, more times than not. So let's see if that happens in about not much going on after this big ass red candle. Okay, guys, I'm going to close out for today. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. Sorry about the problems with the internet in the beginning. Sometimes that happens. But I wish you all a great day wherever you are in the world. I wish you success with your trading. And don't forget to smash that like button. It does help the channel. And I'll be here again same time tomorrow as I am every Monday to Friday for the opening of the Singapore and Shanghai markets. All right, guys. Thanks again. I'll see you again next time.